Hey guys, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up? Hi, welcome back to another segment of True Reflections. Okay, I'm trying. I'm trying here. I'm trying to be a little bit more consistent in doing these podcasts, but I'm not making any promises. This is your girl trying. Okay, so what is the topic of discussion today? The topic of discussion today is I find this generation to be so weird. And it's amazing how weird it is to be. This generation is so weird that this generation makes it almost impossible for a person to live their life realistically and unapologetically. Now, why do I say that? I say that because there are so many labels. And as much as people would like to say, I don't care about what this person thinks of me or what this person have to say about me, sometimes the truth of the matter is we care. Just a little bit. We care. The people that don't care of what others say, they live their life unapologetically. The people that don't care about any of the stigmas or any of the labels that people place on them, dare I say it, is the gay community. The people from the LGBT community, they don't care. They are living their reality. They are living their true selves unapologetically, unrealistically. Because there's so many things, so many labels, so many people bullying the other person. And it's crazy. And sometimes I used to ask myself, why are people so afraid to show genuine interest in someone? You should not have to feel ashamed or embarrassed or any type of way for seeing what you want and going after it. In the business world and trying to succeed in life, they call it being ambitious. If you see a job, you want it, you do what you have to and you go after it to get that job. They call anybody that is putting in the work in order to succeed, they call it being ambitious. But yet, in the dating world, anytime someone put that ambition towards dating somebody, they're automatically called thirsty. What is the problem of seeing somebody that you like and you showing genuine interest in that person and you are willing to do whatever it takes or almost whatever it takes in order to win this person's heart? What is the issue of somebody genuinely trying to win a person over? Why aren't they called ambitious? Why do they have to be thirsty? It's weird to me and it doesn't make any sense. You know what I mean? And a lot of times us females, we miss out on good, genuine men. Because when they shoot their shot, they are labeled as being thirsty. So now you have men and women alike just trying to avoid being called thirsty. Because if they see a female that they genuinely find attractive and they try to shoot their shot, she's going to be like, oh, look at this thirsty ass dude. But why? But yet, this is the same females. Listen, and this is coming from a single female, okay? Have I been guilty of it once or twice? Honestly, I don't think I've ever called anybody thirsty. Because that is a term, or was a term, because I'm not sure if that term is still being used. But the term thirsty was never something that I kind of fully grasped. So I don't think I've ever called anybody thirsty. Have I curved people on occasions? Yes, I have, but I don't think I've ever called anybody thirsty. But this is coming from a single female, right? Back to what I was saying, because I kind of got sidetracked a little bit. The very same females that are calling these men thirsty are the very same females that are setting up thirst traps. The very same females that are calling these men thirsty are the very same females that goes on social media half naked trying to get a guy's attention. Sometimes the very same females that are calling these men thirsty are the same females that are always complaining about being single, about no good men being out there, and going to church on their knees, praying for a good man to come their way. And it's weird to me, because how would you know if your prayers are being answered if you're not giving anybody an opportunity? Right? How do you know that the guy that you are calling thirsty isn't the guy that you prayed for? We women have made it so difficult for men to shoot their shot. We have made it so difficult for men to approach us that they got to take the long route sometimes. Build the courage because they don't want to be labeled as being thirsty. But the question is he thirsty for approaching you because he is not the person that you want? Like, think about it. Because a lot of times we will find everything wrong with somebody that we don't want. Like, you know what I mean? And it's weird. We will nitpick at everything that a person do or don't do, say or don't say, if it's not the person that we want. So if a guy approaches you, whether it's in person, whether it's on social media via your DMs, and you call him thirsty, is he thirsty because you're simply not interested in him? Because he is not the person that you were hoping to get the attention from? Is that the reason why he's thirsty? But also, again, on a hot summer day, and we'll call these hot summer days long, lonely nights. On a hot summer day, and you're thirsty, don't you make a special effort to get something to drink? No, seriously. When you're thirsty and you want something to drink, Don't you make a special effort to get it? If your house doesn't have anything to drink, or what you craving to drink isn't there, don't you take the necessary steps that you need to take in order to get whatever it is that you wanted to drink? When you are craving something, don't you make a special effort to get it? To satisfy your thirst? To satisfy your cravings? So why is it that when a guy sees a beautiful, attractive female that he wants, why is he then labeled thirsty for approaching this female and trying to win over? And even after being rejected, God knows how many times, and he is persistent, why can't that just be it? He is very determined and he is persistent in trying to win this female over. Why does he have to be thirsty? And just by me talking about this, because now the new lingo that is floating around is this pick me. Whether you're male and you're female and you are sharing a viewpoint or an opinion that is opposed to another person's perspective, it's automatically, oh, it's giving me pick me vibes. Like, what? And I know, like, people, females that are listening, that this podcast may, accidentally come across, if they dared to listen to it, they're gonna be like, oh, she's one of those pick me types. You know why they're gonna label me as a pick me? Because my ideologies, my opinion, and my perspective is going to be different from theirs. Realistically, people are now being labeled as a pick me simply because they're calling out the bullshit that people play, be it male or female. If a male is speaking out against the BS that men do and say and play against the other females on a daily basis, you have some guys that's going to be out there and say, oh, he is just a pick me dude, simply because he don't agree with the BS that men do to females. And when you have a female that has an opposing point of view to another female on whatever the subject matter may be, or they may simply don't like you, they're gonna label you, she's a pick-me female. Oh, she's just talking because she's a pick-me and she just want to be won over. Like, no, listen. At the end of the day, we are individuals, okay? We were not made to think alike, to speak alike, to act alike, or to do anything alike. We are individuals, which means our thought process is different, which means the way that we perceive and understand things is different. And it's okay to have opposing views. It's okay to disagree with what another person has to say. It doesn't make you wrong, and it doesn't make the other person right, or vice versa. It's just a matter of two very different individuals sharing their opinion on a subject matter. And just because I'm a female does not mean that I am going to agree with the many bias, bullshit, and games that we female tend to play. I'm not going to agree on it. Okay? Some things, yes, I agree on, but there are a lot of things that I disagree on because we females, listen, women are something else. Women is definitely something else. And at the end of the day, it's like somebody have to hold us accountable for the mess that we sometimes create. Somebody have to hold us accountable for the mess that we willingly participate in. It doesn't mean that that person is a supposed pick me. And I'm saying pick me in parentheses, because that is another label that is used as a term to demean and to guilt trip or to make a person feel ashamed or embarrassed for simply having a difference of opinion. And it's crazy how people say, oh, at the end of the day, I don't care about what this person said. Yes, you do. It may not be on a grand scale, but on a very small scale. Some parts of us, be it male or female, some parts of us really do care what the other person thinks or says. Otherwise, then you know what? Like, we wouldn't backtrack on the things that we say or the things that we do. If we didn't care so much about what another person thinks or says about us, then for the many males, they wouldn't be afraid to approach a female because at the risk of being called thirsty. You know? And you wouldn't be afraid to speak up against against a subject that you don't particularly agree with because you don't want to be labeled as a pick-me. Who the fuck cares? No, like seriously, like who cares? You are an individual. Live your truth. Be your individual self. People will respect you more for it. And a lot of times when I'm on social media or watching the news and you come across a story where a child is being bullied and everybody want to have something to say about, oh, you shouldn't bully this person, you shouldn't bully this kid or whatever. Bullying on any level is not okay. And the ironic thing about it is that we use social media as a means to bully another person. And it's like, it's almost impossible to disagree with anything. Because the minute you disagree about something, you're automatically bullied. You have these keyboard bullies that bullies other people. Whatever happened to agree to disagree? No bullying, no name calling, no degrading, no guilt shaming, nothing. Whatever happened to, I don't agree with your perspective, but I can respect it. It's agree to disagree. The very same adults that will comment under a post about bullying are the very same adults that will go on other social media sites and bully somebody else and bully other people. And they wonder where they get it from. Like, bullying is learned behavior. It is. It is learned behavior. You don't know what your children are paying attention to. Children normally do as you do. Regardless of what you say, they will always do as you do. And I know like this is kind of like off topic, really. But whilst I'm on the subject of bullying, I just want to compare it to what white America is doing to Black America. They're bullies. America itself is a country built on bullying. So the whole bullying system is kind of indoctrinated into its citizens. Whether it's on a grander scale or a lower scale, the bullying is there. Because calling somebody thirsty for going after someone that they want is a form of bullying. Labeling someone as a pick-me is a form of bullying. Because you're name calling. You are name calling that person in an attempt to make them feel bad about themselves. It's bullying. Whether you agree or disagree, I could give a ratatouille. At the end of the day, it's bullying. If you can sit on the internet and degrade people that you don't know simply because you don't like them, simply because you don't agree with their opinion, you're a bully. You're an internet keyboard bully. It is what it is. Call it what you want, but it is what it is. And yet, we will wonder why the dating world is the way that it is. And we will wonder why society is the way that it is. Because at the end of the day, it starts with us. It starts with each and every individual person. And the sooner that we can realize it, the better off we'll be. Because we are so judgmental with other people. We judge a person on every single scale, and it doesn't make sense. And this generation is weird. This time that we're living in, it's weird. Because as much as this generation screams, shouts, and preach about living freely and not being judgmental, they are very, very, very judgmental. They are very cruel and very harsh. You know, and it's not fun and games. Not when you are attempting to hurt another person's feelings. It's never fun and games. It may be fun to you, but the person on the receiving end, it's not a very good feeling. So can you imagine you being on the receiving end, how you would feel? If we would learn to put ourselves in another person's shoes, if only for a minute, to try to experience what they are experiencing, or to try to understand things from their perspective, or to see things through their eyes, maybe, just maybe we can be just a little bit more understanding. Because this generation is weird, and it's very peculiar to me. But these are the times that we live in. And I know that I rambled on, a little bit. Okay, maybe a lot. But I just wanted to share that because, again, it's weird how people are bullied for being themselves. It's weird to me that now in these times it's almost impossible to live your life unapologetically, because social media and the world itself will put so many labels on you. They want to put you in a box for simply being you. The only people that have true freedom of being who they are, I can honestly say, again, I could be wrong. I stand to be corrected. I have no issues in being corrected. But those people are the LGBTQ community. They live their life unapologetically, regardless of what people say and regardless of what people do. If only we can all aspire to live our lives as unapologetically as these people, then maybe, just maybe, the world may, be a little bit more comfortable. But it's definitely weird. But I'm just gonna end it here. I'm trying. All right, let's see how long I can keep this up for. Okay, but thank you guys so much for listening, and I will see you guys later. Well, talk to you guys later. Bye.